Hey everyone, and welcome back to the first Pokemon news of the week in a month. So let's say Pokemon news of the month. Here are tonight's headlines, and we're going to start off by taking a look at Paradise Dragona, the brand new set that is coming out next week. Yes, it is just around the corner, and I cannot wait. We have the full 64 card list, including Art Rares and Super Rares, so let's take a look together. First off, we have Execute, Adorable. Next up is a Morello. This is the amazing Komiya art that I absolutely love. We have a Shinotic looking pretty creepy. There's also Delmice. I still don't understand why Delmice is a Pokemon, but hey, here's a card. There's a Zarude or Zarude. I don't really know how you say it, but I think it's Zarude. There's a Sunny Form Cast Form looking super sweet. I love this art. There's a Pansear and a Simisear. Hopefully I don't forget those names in this set. There's a Gouging Fire. Pretty cool. There's also a Cryogonal, which again is just another weird Pokemon. Lots of weird Pokemon in this set. There is a Black Kyurem EX, which is so fire. I love this. There is a Bruxish, which is less fire and more just bizarre. There's a Quaxly, Quaxwell, and Quaquaval, so we have those three. We have an adorable Citadel and a less adorable Cititan. There is a super cute Smoochum, and I still don't understand baby Pokemon anymore. I mean, why? What's the point? There is a Latias EX. This card looks so dynamic, and I am a big fan of this. There is Latios, unfortunately not getting the EX treatment, but it does still look very cool. There is a Tapu Lele. In the past few sets, we've had different Tapus, so this is, I think, the last one. Although, knowing my luck, I'll probably get all the super rares of her. We have a Flittle. This is easily one of my favorite arts in this set. Just look at it, looking in the water at the reflection. And there is an Espratha. And I don't know why I say Espratha like that. There's a Great Ghastly Gimmighoul, as well as a Trapinch Vibrava and a Flygon EX, and this Flygon EX has that beautiful rainbow pattern on the outside. We have a Drillbur and an Excadrill. There's also a Passimian and a Landorus. We got a Clobberpuss, and I can just imagine it like, oh, I'm gonna get ya. And then we have Graploct, which I will likely forget the name of again later on. And then we have Skarmory, Klefki, Duraludon, and Archaludon EX. So Archaludon is finally getting the EX treatment, as well as a really dynamic looking Golden Go and an even cooler Iron Crown. I love the look of this card. This looks really cool. And then we move into the Dragon Pokemon, and for a Dragon set to have only 8 Dragon type Pokemon cards is a bit weird. I know there are other Dragon types in this set, but still, I don't know, there's just something weird about it. We have an Alolan Executor EX. This looks pretty cool, and this is the headline Pokemon for this set, looking rather odd. I mean, it's just weird. There is the beautiful Altaria. Altaria is always amazing. We have a Dialga looking very, very cool, and a Palkia, so both these are holographics, very cool cards. We have a Turtonator. And yeah, Turtonator, again, I don't understand this Pokemon. And we have an Applin, but no Diplin. We have Flapple and Appleton. So these two cards are getting a return, and I'm glad they're getting a bit of love with all of the Diplin and Hydrapple cards that have been coming out recently. There is a Super Small Swablu, there is a Rufflet and a Braviary, and there is a Cyclizar EX. So Cyclizar's getting another EX, which is pretty cool. And then we have trainers. So we have the Helper Bell. This allows you to search for a supporter card, reveal it, and then put it into your hand. There is a Dusk Ball. We've seen this before. This allows you to look at the bottom 7 cards and reveal any Pokemon and put it in your hand. And then there's a Disruptive Letter, which could be a disruptive card. Basically, your opponent counts the number of cards in their hand, shuffles them, puts them at the bottom of their deck, and then draws that many cards. This could actually turn around a lot of games, so very interesting. There is a Megaton Blower Ace-Spec card, which makes you discard all tools, all energies, and all stadium cards in play, which is a pretty powerful Ace-Spec. There is a Dragon's Potion, which allows you to heal 60 damage to your active Dragon Pokemon. There is a Passion Barrier, which reduces any damage by 60 if it's attached to the Pokemon. There is a counter gain, so if you are winning and you have more prize cards remaining, the attacks from the Pokemon this card is attached to cost a bit less. And then we have our 4 lead supporters. So we have Drayton, which allows you to look at the top 7 cards in your deck, then reveal any Pokemon and trainer you have, and then put them into your hand. There is a Surfer, just a standard Surfer, which allows you to switch your active Pokemon with a bench Pokemon, and then if you do, you can draw cards until you have 5 cards in your hand. That's a pretty cool card. There's a Drasna. She looks like she has aged a fair bit, but this allows you to shuffle your hand into your deck and then flip a coin. And then if it lands on heads, you get 8 cards, but if it's tails, you get 3, so you get something back. And then there's Lycia's Appeal. So this allows you to switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon to the active spot, and then that Pokemon is now confused. Followed by our final A-Spec card, which is the Special Energy. And basically what this does is it provides energy, and when you attach it to a Pokemon, you get to draw 4 cards. Whew, okay, so that's the first time we've actually looked at the trader cards and their effects. Now, let's take a look at some of the announced Art Rares, Super Rares, and Super Art Rares, because there are some cool stuff. First off, we have a Broken Up Execute. I love how they're just relaxing outside, one of them on a towel. I can't tell if they're damaged, but Yeah, this is a really wacky card. There is a very trippy Shino tick card, so this looks pretty evil, dark, and like it is trying to eat your soul. There is a Cast Form Sunny Form art rare. This looks adorable. I love the other cast forms there, and I love that it's in the skies of Paldea. What a beautiful card. We also have a Titan art rare with 2 Whalmers in the water, one looking up and then one looking at us, kind of creepily. There is also a Latios card. This is such a stunning card. It really is very, very pretty, and we're going to talk more about that in a second. There is a very cool Vibrava, so this also looks quite nice. There is this awesome art Flapple, very, very cool, and I'm glad that Flapple's getting a bit of love, as well as this super soft Appleton art rare. This looks so cute, and Appleton looks so happy. But onto super rares we have the announcement for. We have Black Curem EX. This looks super dope. I am a big fan of this. There is also Drayton. Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of Drayton. I'm sorry to some of my fans, but I think some people will like this card. There's also a Drasna. Again, I can't say I'm a huge fan of this, but the Lycia's Appeal, oh boy, I want that card. This looks so sweet. This is easily going to shoot up in price, and I probably can bet that there's going to be a super art rare. There is the Latias EX, and this is beautiful. This actually goes with the Latios together to make one full art. This is just so stunning, and I love it when cards do this. I still remember when they had the Plusle and Minim cards. This is just very reminiscent of that. And then there's an Archelodon EX card. This looks interesting. I wouldn't say it looks amazing, but this super art rare is interesting. And then we have an Alolan Executor EX with the nice rainbow terrestrialization around the outside of the card. Pretty cool, pretty interesting, pretty bizarre. But that's the full set, including the leaks of art rares and so on we have so far. And don't forget, this set is coming out this Friday, September 13th. We have a full unboxing going up on the channel basically a few hours after release day, so make sure you come back for that. Now, I know I'm a bit behind with this news, but Surging Sparks officially got announced to be coming out in November. There is a lot of cool stuff. First off, here is the Elite Trainer box. This looks so cute. I love the Pikachu. I believe that Pikachu is going to be coming out in the Supercharged Breaker in October, so next month's Japanese set. But just look at that. Isn't that adorable? I'm such a big fan. And we have 4 different pack arts with the Pikachu, Latios, Executor, and the Archelodon, so pretty cool packs. And the promo card Magneton, just... isn't that amazing? Oh, I'm a big fan of that. But there's all kinds of stuff, like you can get the checkout lane boosters, there's 3 booster pack sets, there's also the build sets, and there's also all kinds of other stuff. So yeah, there's just a lot of amazing stuff in this set. But this is going to be releasing on November 8th as the SV8 set, so make sure you stay tuned, because I'm sure that the next sets coming out in Japan are going to have a lot of cards in here. But some news that kind of surprised me, and it's got me theorizing so many different things. We got 3 new Japanese trademarks for 3 Pokemon card sets coming out at some point next year. So the 3 sets, we have the Bolt, so that's Black Bolt, there is White Flare, so White Flare, and there is Neppu no Arena, so Heat Wave Arena. Now, we already know that next year we're going to have the return of Trainers Pokemon. We already saw this at Pokemon Worlds, and yes, I'm not going to touch on that. I really want to, but I think everyone else has talked about it already. But with these sets being announced, it is highly likely that these are going to be coming out at some point, maybe in April, May, or June time next year. And it makes us wonder, what's happening to Pokemon Legends ZA? When is that coming out? Now, I know that Pokemon Pocket is coming out on October 30th, and I am going to talk about that after this part of this segment, but now I am theorizing perhaps there's going to be a Black and White HD remake coming out at some point. I know that nothing has been announced, and I know that it is possibly unlikely, but can you imagine? I mean, why else would they be releasing these 2 sets in particular with Black and White? I really do hope that there is going to be something around that, because clearly Black and White is talking about Unova, it's talking nothing about Kalos. But what do you guys think? I mean, let me know below. I would love to replay those games, because those were when I got back into Pokemon. But what do you guys think? So with all of that said and done, let's talk about the release schedule for all of the Pokemon card sets that have been announced so far in Japan. First off, there is Paradise Dragona, that's coming out on September 13th. Please do come back, we're going to have a full unboxing and a ton of shorts. Next up, there is Supercharged Breaker. This is coming out on October 18th with the Terra Pikachu EX, going to be very, very cool. On November 22nd, we have 9 brand new EX decks. These are EX starter deck generations, and they're going to have a lot of EX cards. I am very excited, and they basically contain legendary Pokemon from each each of the 9 generations. It is going to be so cool, and yeah, there's going to be a lot of videos on the channel for that. December 6th is going to show us Terrestrial Festival. This is going to be the end of year set. This is the high class pack, and it is going to be featuring Eevee with all of the Eeveelutions. And some people are excited for this, some people not so much. Are you guys excited? Let me know below. And then going into 2025, I can't believe we're talking about next year already. On January 24th, we have Battle Partners, which has the return of the owner Pokemon. That's going to be really cool. On February 21st, we have 2 decks coming out. So we have Steven's Beldum and Metagross EX decks, as well as Marnie's Morpeko and Grimmsnarl EX. And then we just have the 3 sets that have been announced with no dates. We have the Glory of Team Rocket possibly coming out in March. I mean, it would make sense with the last set coming out in January. Then we have the Black Bolt and White Flare that might be coming out as a double set, because we have not seen a double set for a little while now, and it's typically around the time that they do. And then maybe in June, maybe in July, we have the Heatwave Arena set coming out. I don't know, these dates haven't been announced, we can only speculate at this point. But there is so much on the horizon that I cannot wait. It is going to be so exciting. But finally, Pokemon TCG Pocket, which is still a weird name, just call it Pokemon Pocket, is coming out on October 30th, and I cannot wait. I have already pre-signed up for this, and you can on the Google Play Store. Go check it out, go sign up for it so you can get ready to get it. This looks like it's going to be amazing. And the first set that's going to be releasing on there is Genetic Apex. That's going to have 286 cards in it. That's 226 base cards for the base set, as well as 60 secret rares. And we have seen some very cool stuff, including the Eevee card, and there is a Mewtwo. We saw Sabrina. There is so much cool stuff that it is kind of crazy, and I really cannot wait. And finally, my card of the week this week is going to be the Victini Black and White 2 card. This is such a cool super rare. It just looks so stunning, and this set was a hard one to get. I remember actually opening up a couple of these packs when I came to Japan. Didn't get this card, unfortunately, but this looks so cool. So this is my card of the week. But there you have it, everyone. That is Pokemon news for this week, and there were lots of other announcements, including products. I will put a few pictures up here. I know that they're going to be doing a collab with Komeda Coffee in Japan, so there are lots of goods that you can get there, as well as all the Halloween spooky stuff. But next week, as I say, we have the release of Paradise Dragona. Make sure you come back for that. It is going to be so cool. I love you all, and I'll see you next time for more Pokemon news of the week.